If you've actually created something out of nothing, plopped it right there in front of somebody, and they said this is worth it, that one person bought it, congratulations. You have got a lot to be thankful for. Welcome to another episode of the Create Biz podcast. I am your host, Caleb Becker, talking about what it's really like to navigate through the challenges of running an online business, how to get your work to serve you and your family without burnout, how to gain the freedom of a well-structured business and develop the daily habits that create this success. No matter what type of business we're in, we find our own ways to be busy. And being busy is good, but we also like to maybe sometimes complain about how busy we are so that maybe others might feel, sorry for us. I'm not sure exactly why that is that way, or maybe when we want others to think that we're doing really good because we're so busy. It's one thing to be busy with tasks because you're working for somebody or you're providing a service for something and you have to meet all those deadlines. But when it comes to creating something out of nothing, it's a whole nother world, and it's got its whole set of challenges that you don't hear a lot of people talk about. It's important to even realize what you're really in. When you signed up to be an online business owner and you are wanting to share what you know, let's say in the knowledge space, whether you're creating a course or you're creating a membership or you got a subscription or you're creating digital products or physical products, but you're creating this in a sense because you're trying to solve a problem that somebody has. So you've put on your detective radars and you went around speaking to your audience, understanding what their problems or pain points are, and out of that you got this idea and you start developing it and you start testing it for them and you start serving it to them. Well, you're creating something out of nothing. You're always standing at this front edge of the nothing in front. It's just wide open. Okay? When you wake up in the morning and you are a content creator, you're in the creator space. You're waking up again to a new day of nothing pushing you. There's nobody waiting on you. That's a challenge. Nobody's waiting on you. Everything you're going to do that day is all up to you. Now, don't you see the problem here? When it's all up to you, now you feel like possibly complaining, or this is a good one. Like when somebody comes up to me and they say, hey, what do you do for a living? Or hey, what was your day today? Did you stay busy today? All I can really possibly think of is, yeah, I stayed busy today. How would I ever begin to tell you what it was? How will you even understand? And so I'm left to myself with my own challenges, right? They would say, well, why do that? Why not just go work for somebody instead? And yeah, that's a good question. Why not just go work for somebody instead? Well, because I can't. Because I know I've got something that I can serve and help somebody with. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so when you're standing there and you're trying to explain this to somebody, they just won't understand, and that's okay. They don't have to understand. It's important for me to realize that, yeah, I'm always standing at that edge, looking forward into nothing. And the only way that I'm going to get somewhere is by piecing this together, is by going through connecting the dots. As I've understood the audience, as I've understood my customers, I've said this is what they're telling me, and then this is what I'm creating so that it will help them. All right? That's that creator space. And it's difficult, but it's possible. And not only that, it's extremely successful when you've been able to do that. You've been able to connect the dots. You've been able to say, here you go. This will help you. And you give it to them, and they can test it, and they can use it, and they can say, wow, that made a big difference. Wow, that's so amazing. That is so overwhelming. Like that feeling that you get when you know that others catch on, that makes sense to them, and they're able to use this, and you've been able to bring it to them. Wow, like to me, it's just like thumbs up, Congratulations, clap, clap. You did it. I don't care if you only sold one. You did it. That's amazing. Congratulations. Great job. You know, like I'm just here to support you in that. If you've done that, if you've actually created something out of nothing, plopped it right there in front of somebody, and they said this is worth it, that one person bought it, one stranger that's paid attention to you because you've showed up in their world of creating this place for them to see that there's value, and they bought it. Congratulations. You have got a lot to be thankful for. And you did it, my friend.
I just wanted to pause here for a second to thank you for subscribing to this channel. And I really appreciate your comments. So let's jump back in where we left off.
For people who have a service-based business, or they're working for an employer, and they have it structured, this is when you show up, this is what your job task is, and this is how you need to get it done. It's more efficient, you can get it done, the better. They have to produce what is expected. And they didn't have to come up with the created problem. It was there for them to service. So that's different. When they're complaining about their day and they're struggling with keeping up and being so busy, that's a whole different level. To me, I'm going to put that in this one category, service-based businesses and their problems and challenges. The creator space, when you are a creator and you're in the knowledge space, the challenges here are their own set of challenges, and just to realize that. So when you wake up in the morning, I'm gonna conclude this here, but in the morning, when you get up in the morning and you are ready to start your day, and you're having a challenge of coming up with another inspiration to get started for the day, and it doesn't feel like it's just not in you, just go ahead and accept the fact that you're pulling your ideas out of nothing, and that you're going to go forward and keep producing in that. Keep being able to work with inside of that parameter, and that you're standing at the edge of nothing in front of you. Just keep going forward, keep connecting the dots. You'll do it, and I know it'll work out for you. So this episode today was just a way to encourage you to just keep going, and you're doing an amazing job, and I'll see you in the next one.
So I got a question for you. How is it going inside of your business? What is the outlook for the next 6 months? Can you see light at the end of the tunnel? Or are you coming up against roadblock after roadblock after roadblock that seems like there's no end in sight? Well, I've got good news for you. Today, you're tuning in, you're listening in, and I appreciate you so much. And I know what it's like to be in your shoes because I am in your shoes. I am doing the same thing you're doing. Creating a business is not easy. And I'm right there with you. And I have this guide that I know will help you out. It's called the Fast Profitable Online Business Guide. It's straightforward, it's simple, and it covers the 3 building blocks of an online business. What should you be focusing on? What's going to make the biggest difference? How to position yourself? What kind of strategies should you be using? And it also has some of the most common mistakes that business owners make and how you can avoid them. Now, like I said, you've tuned in, you're listening in, I appreciate you so much, and I want you to grab that guide for free today. All you got to do is go down below this episode, there's a link, or you can go ahead and just go to ecreatebiz.com/guide. That's GUIDE, and you just simply grab your guide there. That's ecreatebiz.com/guide, GUIDE, or just click the link below this episode. You've got nothing to lose. It's there for you. Again, I appreciate you so much for tuning in and listening today.